back to our channel. Ruth here, and in today's video, I'd like to share with you 5 things you must get rid of today if you want to live your dreams. Well, without further ado, the first thing you must get rid of is the fear of what others think about you. Now, a lot of us are people pleaser. We really care about what others think about us. We don't want them to think anything bad about us. But the truth of the matter is sometimes maybe they're not even thinking about us, right? And to be honest, I think sometimes we do things to impress people who don't actually care about us. So it's time for us to actually get rid of that fear of what others think about us. Now, here in Australia, we have this saying about tall poppy syndrome. Now, I actually didn't know that it is apparently an Australian thing. We're famous for it. But basically what it is we almost feel like we can't be better than someone else, or someone else can't be better than us, because it's gonna make the other feel less. But I think to a certain extent that's not correct. Whilst it's important for us to be humble and do our best, we should not live our life based on what others think about us. Because at the end of the day, you are not responsible for what they think about you. You're not responsible for their life, but you are responsible for the one life, the one chance that you get to live your life. And so it's time for you to think about how you can live your life with no regrets and get rid of that fear of what others think about you. So that's the first one. Get rid of what others think about you, the fear of how others think about you. Number 2, get rid of negativity. Now, there's a lot of negativity going around. You get it on the news, you get it everywhere by just even sometimes catching up with your acquaintances or your friends. So has any of you actually been to a meeting with a friend or an acquaintance, and after an hour of talking to them or listening to them, you feel completely drained, and when you go home you feel like you've got nothing else left to give? And that's because of all the negativity. So they might pick on every single thing you have to say, or they're really critical about every single thing. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be friends with them, but what I am saying is that you might have to cut down your time with them, or actually the next time when you meet them, have that filter. So it's time for you to actually reevaluate who you're spending time with, who you're surrounding yourself with. Because if you want to live your dreams, you need to surround yourself with positivity, with people who has got a mindset of success. It's important to you to actually reevaluate that time spent to get rid of that negativity. Number 3, if you want to live your dreams, you must get rid of distractions. Now, some of you don't like hearing this because we get notifications from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, our phone, messages, emails, YouTube, etc. And the list goes on. Nowadays we've got so many different ways of communication. We've got Signal, we've got Telegram, we've got GroupMe, etc. But if you want to live your dreams, you need to find a time to focus on your task. And during that time, you need to get rid of all distractions, whether it's turning off all notifications or putting your phone in another room and putting it on silent so you can't actually hear when the ding goes off. Otherwise you'll go, oh my goodness, is that the latest YouTube notification of my favorite YouTuber? So it's time to get rid of all distractions. Number 4, if you want to live your dreams, you need to get rid of your own limitation. Your own limitation, well, what is it? It's always between here and here. It's actually in our minds. A lot of us have got confidence issues, including myself, but at the end of the day, we need to really push through that and do it afraid. One of my favorite speakers, Joyce Meyer, she actually says, sometimes you just have to do it afraid. What does that mean? Even if you're afraid, just do it. I remember when I first started my career as a lawyer, this is probably about 12 years ago now, I had to go to court. I had to represent clients. And prior to that, we had trainings and debates, but they were not real. You know what I mean? I did it afraid. I had butterflies in my stomach. But going to court, this was real. This was dealing with a real client's life here we're talking about. And I would make myself go, and I would be so stressed, I'll get stomach ache and all sorts of reactions. But I had to be there, and I had to actually push through and say, you know what, I'm going to do this afraid. And the more you do it, whether it's a presentation, whether it's a YouTube video, whether it's going on stage to speak in public, the more you do it, the better you become at it, the more skilled you get at it. And you'll see that your confidence level will increase. And the butterflies may never leave you, like the butterflies in my stomach never leaves when I'm, speaking in public or doing a song in public or presenting, never leaves me. But every time it becomes just a little bit easier. And practice makes perfect, right? So practice, practice, and practice. Whatever you endeavor to do, make sure you learn and you practice. So that's the fourth thing. Get rid of your own limitation. Push through and do it afraid. And finally, number 5, if you want to live your dreams, you must learn to distinguish between what is important and what is urgent and what is priority. Now, some of you would have heard of the term MIT, the most important task. So what is the most important task for you that particular day? What is a task that can add value to you in the next 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, that can change not just your life, but your children's life, your family's lives, and can actually help you leave a legacy for the next generation? I mean, nowadays we are pulled by many things. There might be a lot of people who ask you to do many, many different things. And it's okay to volunteer. I personally volunteer in a community group. I volunteer as a legal advisor. I volunteer in my church with the kids and with the music ministry. But at the end of the day, what is your most important task? You need to reevaluate that and dedicate time for that. So always make time for your most important task first. Always invest in yourself. Because when you look after yourself, when you look after your dreams and your family, guess what? You will be invested and you'll have more time, more energy, and more resources to actually help others and be more effective. It is not being selfish, it is being wise with your time. So those are the 5 things. If you want to live your dreams, you need to start reevaluating and start looking into them once again. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to watch our video today. And last but not least, would you be so kind to hit the like and subscribe button so we can keep you motivated, and that's going to mean the world to me. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.